was sitting on the scale, which would turn off regularly.
At the ripe old age of 17, Nicole Hine of Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, is already an experienced business person. With the help of her mother, Gay Shepherd, she runs a business called To Be's Foods. The initial idea came back when Nicole was 11 years old and was looking to make enough money to buy a horse.
I'm assuming she was thinking I'd make like greeting cards or something small like that, but I started thinking rather large scale. I wasn't coming up with anything. So a couple days later, I was walking through the kitchen and she was making peanut butter and honey sandwiches for my sister and herself. And she wasn't able to get the honey out of the container because it was crystallized, and she was running it under hot water and trying to get it out of the container. And I asked her, well, how come no one's come up with honey in a tube before? Wouldn't it be easier? She said, that's a really good idea. We should look into that.
Go grab it.
These days, the tubes are filled and sealed by a company out of Gilbert Plains, Manitoba, which is a lot less labor-intensive than when Nicole and her mom used to do their own filling.
Originally, my mother would use a measuring cup and put honey in it and pour it into the tube that was sitting on a scale, and to see how much honey was in it or whatever, and adjust the amount by a little spoon in, I don't know. And then once that was done, 2 or 3 of them or whatever, we'd stick them in the sealing machine and seal them hot, cold, and then stick them in a fridge to cure, and take them out a couple days later and label them.
To Be's honey was originally only available in tubes, but since then they've been able to take advantage of other methods to grow their customer base.
Little jars, medium-sized jars, big jars, bags, baskets, pretty much what anyone wants we can make for them. We sell them at gift shows and stuff like that towards Christmas time, and we have only a couple people selling our jars, otherwise it's through us. At the sales and stuff like that at the year end.
Originally, they only had 2 flavors of honey available, but due to strong demand, they now offer 8. Since their honey supplier already had these flavors, making the change was quite simple.
So we didn't have to play around with moisture content, which would screw up the tube if you have too much water in it. So we could just kind of pick from the list and say, yes, we want this one, this one, this one. And it's just up to us to make the labels for it. A lot of it is like a powder, we were using Watkins cinnamon in our cinnamon so that there's no moisture content and it's all natural flavoring. So there's nothing fake in it, which is good for you anyways.
But one thing that we do have that a lot of people don't have is that our product is 100% Canadian. And I mean 100%, like everything that we have is from Canada.
They've set up their packaging to be environmentally friendly. On the jars, everything can be recycled except for the top sticker.
So we'll cut all the elastic to size and tie them in knots and stick them through here, right? And then we'll put them on the jars.
A great deal has changed since the 2B's operation started over 5 years ago, but the logo is still exactly the same. 2B's or not 2B's, there is no question.
My best friend and I drew up the original logo, and we got a Canadian lady, to do it up for us so we could put it on a label. We have the original on the tube, it hasn't ever changed, so we're happy with it.
As is the case with most successful business people, Nicole is making plans for the future. She'll be completely taking over the business from her mom once she turns 18.
We're trying to get into the KOA care camps for kids so that we will be able to donate a certain percentage of their sales to them. Campgrounds and small stores or specialty shops or tea shops. We'd like to get into the U.S. for sure because we haven't touched on that yet, and we have a trademark there, so we may as well take advantage of it. We're trying to make it a household name. It's something that everybody can use. There's honey in almost every household, so why not have it kind of in a convenient little package?
At the time of our visit, 2B's items were mainly available in Saskatchewan, but distribution is also starting to reach into Alberta. In most instances, their items retail for $4 and up. Thanks in large part to the success of the 2B's operation, Nicole is planning to pursue a career in the equine industry.